What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a good job. All right. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Tuesday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Hudco Roofing, HudcoRoofing.com, Restored Motions, RestoredMotions.com, and ProCharge EV, ProChargeEV.com. This is an in-transit edition of Morning Scone. He's got the sniffle, so take him to the doctor just to make sure y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me? The Bluetooth is still on in the car, so I'm just making sure y'all can hear me. So give me a little thumbs up. Make sure that y'all can hear. If you would, I'd appreciate it. Thumbs up. Can y'all hear? Y'all can hear. Y'all can hear. Y'all can hear. I might have to take the Bluetooth off. I'm not sure if y'all can hear me. Don't go past me. I swear, an issue can go past me. Anyway. Okay, y'all can hear me. Good, perfect. Thank you, Rick Hess. Appreciate that. Trivia Carter, Wendell Norman. What's up, Rick Hess? Good morning. All right, so Drew's got a little sniffle, so we're taking him to the doctor just to make sure that it's a cold, nothing more, and then he can be off to school. So that's why we're a couple minutes late getting started here, because I was going to have to be in the car because he's got an 8:10 doctor's appointment. I mean, we got 15 minutes to get there, so let's make this happen. LSU basketball tonight, y'all. They are up in Fayetteville. Their lone conference win came against the Hogs in the SEC opener. No easy task, however. Hogs were a little shorthanded when they came down here back in late December. And for LSU, tough ass to go up to Bud Walton and try to break this losing streak on the road. I was thinking about this. Y'all remember this? Maybe, I can't remember if it was 2 seasons ago or 3 seasons ago. They kind of run together. I can't remember if it was pre-COVID or the season after COVID, but like the COVID season that ultimately the tournament got shut down, which I think is what it was. LSU was a pretty good basketball team, or a tournament team, and they went up to Vanderbilt, who had like a 30-game SEC losing streak, maybe not that much, but had a long SEC losing streak, and they snapped it against LSU because they made like 30 3-pointers in the game. It was ridiculous. Sometimes it happens and you get hot, a team gets streaky, and it's their night. And I think that's what's going to happen for LSU. I'm not predicting it tonight. I'm just saying whenever they break this losing streak, like they're not going to lose out in conference play, but when they do break through and get another win, that's likely, I think, how it's going to come is a lot of the shots they take just fall. And, it's one of those days where everything you put up goes in. So hopefully it's tonight. It'd be great to get some confidence, break this losing streak, and maybe start to get things back on the right path. But, when you go 3 weeks without winning a basketball game, and quite honestly, you're not even close, it's a little disheartening. So I can understand how, tough to get up off the mat consistently. So we talked about that yesterday on AFR with Dane Bradshaw, in case you missed it. Actually have that interview also as part of the LSU Daily, which is already posted today. And also have there in the description today, then I'll try to glance down and get your comments when I can. I'm not going to look down while we're driving, so if we get to a red light or a stoppage, then I'll glance down and look at your questions. But other news, yesterday, Jeff Duncan reported Sean Payton has a second interview planned with the Denver Broncos. So that kind of suggests they're moving forward and interested, as we all expected they would be. And Rappaport reported, or I guess confirmed from a local reporter there in Arizona, that the Cardinals are planning to interview Sean Payton on Thursday. For me, I kind of look at Sean Payton thing, and I'm kind of starting to look at the calendar a little bit. I understand you got championship weekend on Sunday, and then a week off, then the Super Bowl. But Next week is the Senior Bowl in Mobile. So all 32 NFL teams are going to be down in Mobile next week. By the way, shout out OTB. Hester and T-Bob will be down there for coverage all week long at the Senior Bowl. And I'm not saying like your head coach necessarily has to be there, because obviously the teams who are getting ready for the Super Bowl, their head coaches won't be in Mobile, but you would assume the other 30 head coaches would be, right? But certainly, if not the head coaches, coordinators, scouting department, all that stuff. And if a new head coach is coming in, he very likely will or could or would turn over the coaching staff, scouting department. So I guess my point is, and all saying that, we got to be getting really close to a decision from Sean Payton on where he's going to coach next year. And I feel like after Thursday, when he has that interview with Arizona, that it could pop at any time. Because the other thing to keep in mind is, Sean Payton wasn't coaching this year, so he and or his agent could have been engaged in these conversations for any length of time, and it wouldn't be tampering because he was unemployed, right? Now the Saints have his rights, but he wasn't coaching. So, his agent Don Yee or Sean, informally could have those conversations. Denver let go of Hackett, when they were 4-12, right? So they had 2 games to go. I guess point is, they should be pretty far down the road. Once someone gives him a formal offer, they should have all the terms already worked out, and they could just go. So I wouldn't be surprised if later this week, maybe like after those interviews Thursday, maybe like Friday, or by the weekend, we know something on Sean Payton. So Jeff Duncan will be on AFR today. He's the one who had the most recent report. I'll remind you, Jeff Duncan literally wrote the book on Sean Payton and Drew Brees. I think it's called Payton and Brees, something like that. Like how they created the best offense in the history of the NFL, or whatever it's called. So I forgot the exact title of the book, but if you look it up, you can find it. Right. Oh man, lots of comments here. Appreciate y'all for that. Get to them. And LSU baseball, number 1 in another preseason poll. Baseball America yesterday came out with their preseason poll, and LSU was number 1 yet again. Further validating. Oh. Essen Lane. Let's everybody in Baton Rouge get off at Essen Lane. Hey, get out of my way. People, bro. Jared Espry, what's up? Do you think special teams was Brian Polian's fault? Yeah, I do. I don't know the rest of your question because I can't look down and read it, but until I get to a stop up here. But yeah, man. I mean, your special teams coordinator is the one responsible for all of your special teams units, and that's Brian Polian. Now, the interesting thing is your specialists. Shucks, sorry. Your specialists actually ended up having a pretty good year. Jay Bramlett, he had career highs in average yards per punt and punts inside the 20. So Bramlett had a good year. Damian Ramos actually ended up having a good year after Florida State. Slade Roy was the long snapper you brought in from East Carolina. I don't think he had an errant snap all year. Not that I remember offhand anyway. So your specialists were good. Dybert ended up taking over the kickoff duties, and that was less than desirable. But your coverage units and your protections and all that stuff, I mean, that's repetition. That's making sure everybody knows what their job is, and they were bad on all of them. So, all right, hang on. We're at a stop. I can say some good mornings here. Some person, what's going on? Weston Weaver, Matthew Vincent, what's your take on Saban hiring Joe Brady as his OC? So that, I guess you're alluding to the fact that, so first of all, I don't think that will happen. that Bill O'Brien is going back to New England. He's going to be the Patriots offensive coordinator. I don't know why Nick Saban would hire Joe Brady. As we've said many times, Joe Brady got way more credit than he deserved for the 2019 LSU offense. He did not call plays. That was Steve Ensminger who called plays. He did not work with the quarterbacks. That was George Munoz and Steve Ensminger. Brady worked with receivers. So, no, I don't think at all that Nick Saban's going to hire Joe Brady. Matt Rule paid him a lot of money to go to Carolina, and he failed there as a first-time play caller. And usually you don't get your first crack at being an offensive coordinator in the NFL, but Joe Brady did. So forever grateful for the role he played in 2019 because I think he had a role, but he was not certainly the most significant. And when you look at the hires that Nick Saban has made, from Lane Kiffin and Brian Daboll and Bill O'Brien, these are guys that have been NFL head coaches that are his offensive coordinators. I don't think Joe Brady is where Nick Saban is going to go fishing. I think Cliff Kingsbury makes way more sense when you look at Nick Saban's hiring lineage. He's going to go after far more accomplished coaches than Joe Brady. So no, I don't think that's going to happen, unless if you're breaking news to me that he's already hired him. But I just saw this morning that that O'Brien was going to New England. Brian Wynn, what's up? Jason H, did you scoop up the Jordan 1 mid yesterday? Did not. Didn't even try. I wasn't interested. Let's see. A lot of special teams woes. We're clearly coaching. Can't help muff punts. There was much more wrong than that. But even the muff punts, part of that is making sure you have the right guy back there. And then also, like, I'll give you one example. The kickoff against Tennessee, where the opening kickoff where Besh muffed it. If you watch it, they had initially Besh deep right, and then they saw a look, and then they tried to switch them very quickly. And so Besh actually ran across the field to switch sides and then had to come up for the short kick. Beautifully played by Tennessee, who clearly had scouted LSU and saw a hole there where they felt like they could drop the ball in, did on a sky kick, and Besh couldn't handle it after having run across the field. Well, that's Polian for not having him set up correctly. You made Besh run 50 yards across the field, then up 10 yards or 15 yards. So even that, you could say, was in part Polian's fault. I hate this city. I hate the infrastructure in the city. Let me rephrase that. I hate the infrastructure in the city. I'm going to sit through 10 light cycles on the exit lane at SNLE. Gag me with a sweaty tube sock. Jesus. Anyway. Yeah. Damon Gilmore, Leon Williams, what's up? Yeah, man. Jason H, 20 straight games of the double-double. Lady Tigers are rolling. Yeah, man. How about it? Angel Reese breaks Sylvia Fowles' record. When you start breaking Sylvia Fowles' record, now you're tapping into what it was like, 20 years ago when women's basketball was rolling here, man, when they went to 5 straight Final Fours. And, man, those were fun teams, man. It was fun years, whenever I don't care what it is, man. I say it all the time. If it's purple and gold and it wins, people here will support it. And LSU basketball, Lady Tiger basketball right now are 20-0, first time ever in program history. When you start doing firsts in the history of a program that went to 5 straight Final Fours, I mean, it's incredible. The money they spent on Kim Mulkey clearly was money well spent, man. She just has this thing rolling. They're going to get even better next year, man. You got the number 1 player in the country committed or signed, the kid out of North Louisiana. So let's roll, man. Damon Gilmore. Let's see. Von Bluesman, good morning. All right, Drew. No more comments. A little quick in transit edition. Daddy might start cursing real quick if we have to go through any more of these light cycles. Plus, it's already 8:08, so we're going to be late. So it should be there at 8:10. Anyway. Blah. All right. I guess we'll wrap it up. I don't know if y'all have any more questions. What's up, Carl? Good to see you, man. unless y'all want to just sit here and watch me grow increasingly more frustrated with Baton Rouge traffic and the light cycles at the Essen Lane exit. Scott Sparks, do you think Lady Tigers can beat South Carolina? Sure. A year ago, they weren't nearly as talented as they are this year, and they had South Carolina on the ropes, led almost that whole game. Now that was in Baton Rouge. I think I'll have to go up to Columbia, but yeah, I love that Kim Mulkey's kind of playing the. They're the best team in the country. They should beat us. We shouldn't be in that game. They're the defending national champions. She's playing the we have no shot card. It's funny. They got a shot for sure. Anyway. All right, y'all. Von Bluesman said Baton Rouge lights stay red too long. Yeah, I'm this light cycle. I think just let like I'm at the exit at Essen Lane. I think I counted 5 cars that just went through. I'm literally gonna end up going through 10 light cycles at this exit before I could get from the exit to the through the light at the exit. Anyway, I am gonna go because I could feel myself. You can probably see my face